Let's have a look at the top 8. Yes, the top 8 NRL teams of all time. Let's have a look who won this game. The New Zealand Warriors taking on the Canberra Raiders. Yes, yes, yes. The best Warriors side with all their ability to throw the ball around. Can they match it with the Canberra Raiders' flair in the backline? Let's have a look at the best team of the Warriors and the Canberra Raiders as they try to make the top 4 teams of all time. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck taking on Gary Boucher. Now, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, a very good player, but I think Gary Boucher's career overall gets him the nod there. And to be honest, let's have a look at the rest of the Brett Mullins, Ruben Wiki, Mal Meninga, Noah Nandruku taking on Sean Hoppy, Dean Bow, Clinton Torpy, and Manu Vatuvei. If we've been pretty fair dinkum, the only player in this backline for the Warriors that has any chance against the Raiders is Manu Vatuvei. And I put him in front of Noah Nandruku. So Manu Vatuvei makes my best squad out of these two put together, but he's really the only one in the back line that can deliver. Now you got Sean Johnson and Stacey Jones taking on Laurie Daly and Ricky Stewart. To be honest, Laurie Daly will own Sean Johnson. Stacey Jones will do his best against Ricky Stewart, but Ricky Stewart will probably 7 out of 10 times beat him. So that's the way I went with that one. Which is making it look pretty sad for this Warriors team that maybe arguably should have been Parramatta, as some people would have been saying in the comments, but it is what it is. Obviously, if you add Steve Price and Ruben Wiki to the side, they're a lot stronger. But they're not. So Jerry Ciasiu and Hachiro Cassini are going to get carved up by Clinton Pongia and Johnny Lomax. Sideru's got no match for Steve Walters. But the Warriors, at the end of the day, they won the best second rowers locks ever. Now, Ali Lauatiti, we may not have always seen the best of him, but at his best, he was outstanding. And Michael Luck and Simon Manning are super, super duper reliable, and that's what the Warriors are missing. Taking on Jason Kruger, David Fino, and Bradley Clyde, and Bradley Clyde's gun. But the other two are beaten by Lauatiti and Michael Luck, in my opinion. And on the bench, the Warriors have tried their heart out, but Lance O'Hara is outclassed with Terry Campese, Guten Beerlin, Jack White played different positions, but Jack Whiten from mine. But the Warriors do have a saving grace here in Kevin Campion. Kevin Campion beating John Bateman, and Ben Matalino is outclassed by Josh Papali'i. It's pretty obvious that Ben Matalino was a stalwart for the Warriors. Absolute stalwart for the Warriors. But sadly, on this occasion, the Canberra Raiders would absolutely smash the Warriors. And I mean smash them. And with the squad they got, they'll win 10 out of 10. So this was a landslide, unfortunately. Yes, folks at home, these Parramatta probably should have been this team instead of the Warriors, but it's just the way I put the teams together. But the Warriors got through the first round, but they absolutely crashed and bundled out in the second round. With Mal Meninga in the squad, I mean, they've got a very solid squad, the Canberra Raiders, and obviously they are pushing to win this competition. Are they going to win this competition? That is going to be the big point here. Can they win the competition? Well, let's try and dissect their team a little bit to see where they could go right or would go wrong. Gary Boucher, he's nice and solid. Brett Mullins, nice and solid. Ruben Wiki, well, he plays a few positions there. He helps them, the same with Brett Mullins. Mal Meninga, obviously gun. Noah Nandruku, he might let the side down a little bit. Laurie Daly and Ricky Stewart are good players, but they're probably not in the top 5. So that's going to be a worry going into the later part of this competition. Same with the forward pack, Clinton Pongi and John Lomax are very solid players, but probably not in the top 20 players in the comp. Steve Walters, very good, but probably not in the top 5. Jason Croker and David Furner are very solid players, but again, don't set the world on fire. Bradley Clyde can save the day there, very good player. Cam Peasy, Jack Whiten, John Bateman, they're all solid players, probably not guns, and Josh Papali probably unlucky not to be starting, to be honest. So that gives you a bit of a roundabout what their chances are going forward. The Warriors unfortunately missed the buck, but if we look at the players out of these teams that could go all the way to being in the best team ever, do the Warriors have any players? Manu Fatuve is absolutely a gun. Simon Mannering. But to be fair, it was a struggle for the Warriors to find anyone to make the greatest team. But you never know; they could find themselves into the greatest team ever. And then you look at the Canberra Raiders, who will make the greatest team when we get to that. Ruba Wiki, can he make it in there? Can Mal Meninga make it in there? Bradley Clyde, Josh Papali'i, they're probably the ones around the mark for making a squad. So it's not a huge list, but they got a good, well-rounded team. The Raiders, and they could nearly have a second team that would be not quite just as good, but still be a very solid team if you named another Raiders team. But yes, the Warriors, unfortunately, were just absolutely pulled up the upset, but just ran out of gas into this game. Probably will lose about 50-0 most times. That's how strong the Canberra Raiders team is against the Warriors here. I wouldn't say 50-0, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's a bit of a tough one. Yes, who can win? If they were going to win a game, who would deliver it? Obviously, the Warriors have Sean Johnson, who can do something out of nothing. If he has a razzle-dazzle game with Adila or Titi, I mean, this is all. Yeah, this is where they could snatch a game. And Manu Fatuve kick to him. That's where they can win. It'd be the only chance they can win. They have to be absolutely flying. But yeah, to be honest, the Canberra Raiders have won this one pretty much every time. Yes, I just think the Canberra Raiders, will they go on to win it all? This is going to be the question, and you're going to have to keep watching to find out if they are going to be the best team of all time. There could be some chinks in the armour there with Noah Nandruku. No things to him, but yes, he might be leading the side down, and the second rowers might let them down on the props. It's going to make it a little bit hard against some of these great teams, but you never know. Going forward, if they will go through to the thing, you have to stay in and watch. Yes. So by doing that, you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, make sure you're watching every week when new videos are coming out. Let's enjoy the footy because it's about to start rocking and rolling soon.